Hello, hello, how are we doing? Is that just about right? Yeah, my head's kind of in view. It's a strange looking face, but not much I can do about that. So, people, how are you all doing? It is currently Monday. It is 8 o'clock my time, and, well, it's workshop day. Kind of delayed a bit there, just to say that. So, we got a lovely batch of skins, and of course, what do we have right here? What do we have? Oh, it's lower. What do we have right here? The very things that we were hopeful for, the very things that we were waiting out for, have appeared. We've now got Black Gold Tier 2, all in its glory. Remember what I said? I was expecting it to come out in time for Wipe Day. I'm pretty sure that's going to be appearing for the Wipe Day roster rotation. I said this multiple times. I don't know what else there is to say. Like, understanding how this usually plays out helps out a lot, because when we go take a real quick look and see how the black gold clothing and armor is doing at the moment, yeah, that's down by 12%, that's down by 7%. Let's get a good look at all of the black gold clothing and armor at the moment. Clothing's down to $3.3 and $3.30 and $3.90 almost. Here they've gone slightly below their rust-or price, but again, let's also just take a real quick look and see what it's like on the Steam market, because maybe there's not that many, and there's only 84. There's only 84 of the chest plates on the market. The average amount that I would usually expect for every single Rust skin in the modern era is at least 100. So technically speaking, we are below average in terms of quantity on the market. And when you look and see how far off it is from its Rust-or price, if you recall, this sold for $2.49. There we go. 1, 4, 1. There's 5 quantity below the Rust-or price, and then suddenly it's $2.55. So if you always just take one glance at this and think, oh, it's ruined, it's down below its Rust-or price, buddy, it's only 5 of them. The rest of them are... So, let's give this a proper look. It's very, 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 very thin. There is no signs of dumping. Yes, people did dump to the highest buy orders. I ended up buying a lot of them. What account? I think it's this one over here. Yep. So if I just go over to here and I type in black gold. There we go. Hoodie pants, gloves, hoodie. Yeah, I got quite a lot of black gold. That all came from buy orders. And, you know, I expected this. I expect this exact thing happening. I knew this was going to happen. Because people, other investors, they are impatient. A lot of people didn't seem to understand that the likely time that we would get our beloved Black Gold Tier 2 was likely going to be Wipe Day. Why? Because we saw it happen with the previous pieces. So, if we go to July 7, of course, we have the appearance of the clothing. When it appears, come on, there you go. And then a month later, we waited and waited and waited, because the Tier 3 armor actually came out like, well, if we go by workshops, just quickly see the date. This appeared in the workshop on the 18th of July, and it didn't appear until August the 4th. So it got held back for the Wipe Day. So my instant assumption was, alright, surely Tier 2 is going to get held back for Wipe Day as well. But what's actually happened is the creator himself held it back until the final week. Technically speaking, if we see this black gold Tier 2 armor appearing for this next Wipe Day roster rotation, it will be an early pick. But we know black gold has sold very nicely in the past. It's pretty much a shoo-in. This was expected. So I wasn't expecting the creators to take their time, but I like the quality of what I see. It looks cool. It looks very nice. It completes our set, so I'm happy. Now, if it doesn't get accepted for this Wipe Day roster rotation, which I'd be quite surprised by, I still reckon it could still be accepted and complete the sets. Remember that point, because I'm going to bring that up in a minute. So Black Gold has its final slot, the main core pieces. We still need the likes of boots. You might want to see if there's going to be I don't know, maybe a jacket, maybe. Yeah, things like that. But this is the final core piece, and of course, the very second that we get it, mainly the kilt, all of the black gold pieces that already exist will spike up in price. The reactionary nature of the Rust economy. I've said this many times in the past, and I mentioned how you've got to be prepared for how other people are going to react. I bought 30 each of these just in case, and now I've bought another 40 to 50 each of these because, well, a lot of them were being thrown at me, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll just carry all of these then. And now that I see tier 2s coming along, I think people are going to realise their mistake, and when it appears in the Rust rotation, I'll be the one profiting. So the likely outcome is, oh, actually, first of all, let's go take a look at the face mask. So over here, what's this currently like? There's 113 quantity in the market. It's fine. It's the average amount that I would expect. But there is more in comparison to the chest plate. But anyway, how many of them are below $2.49? One. Huh. So, yeah. Don't instantly assume, oh no, it's down 7, it's down 12%, oh, it's doomed, it's ruined, it's gone forever. No, always double check and just quickly see how much quantity is in the market, see if there's any signs of dumping, and then just quickly see how much quantity there is below its Rust ore price. And we know this and the chest plate sold for $2.49. There's a $2.49 right there. Yeah, there's 7, it's not really dumping. But when you look at the rest of this, there's a 20 there, but that's at $4. Guys, both the chest plate and the face mask are looking prime to jump up in price, spike upwards. The very second we see that tier 2, people are going to walk over to here, grab all of that, and yeah. Now, here you are, I've got a bunch of people watching me, so I stream pretty much every single day. People are always welcome to come in, say hello, ask questions. Black gold gloves have more demand, so that potentially can jump up in price as well. It's not a core part, but only 66 of them on the market. It's currently selling for $2.12. This sold in a Rust ore for $1.99, correct? Yep. So that's looking to be in a perfectly fine position. Yeah, there's an 11 there, but other than that, very thin. This could jump up in price as well. Not as much as I would expect for the core pieces like this and this. So this is looking prime and ready for that tier 2 to appear. Tier 2 to appear. English, very nice. So yeah, that is on the agenda. But hang on a minute, it wasn't just black gold that we saw, because we also have Skullkiller. Wow! Actually, that does look really nice. Good job, Horamiel. And of course, Mr. Just Mouse. I'm not going to forget that name. So we also have Skullkiller tier 2. Now, what's the like? Oh, he's got it all set. Oh, yeah, because it's pets. Don't worry, I had a bit of a brain fart there. So here we are. This is the Skullkiller tier 2 armor, looking very nice. But of course, the main thing we care about is the kilt, because it helps complete the core pieces. So let's go take a real quick look and see how the state of the Skullkiller is at the moment. So remember with the video that I put out not too long ago, which one? It's over here. I put out a video talking about investor impatience, preparing for investor impatience. Please don't be loud. Please don't be loud. Please. Okay, there we go. It's on. So I anticipated this very thing happening because, technically speaking, the clothing is oversaturated in comparison to the tier 3 armor. That's something we were well aware of, and I was a bit unsure. Well, it's not that bad. It actually held up. I'm guessing these are starting to go above their Rust ore price now, ever so slightly, mind you, ever so slightly, because people have now learned that the tier 2's coming. And we actually found out about it last night, so it's now properly on the workshop, and it's coming. But will it be appearing during this White Day Rust ore rotation? I'm not sure, and I'm doubtful. But there is something that could potentially work out quite well. Because for the past 2 Rust ore rotations, what do we have? No clothing or armour. What about the next one? No clothing or armour. Could we potentially see a week where we have 2 sets of tier 2 armour appearing in the same Rust ore rotation? Based on the fact that we have not had clothing and armour for the past 2 weeks. I'm doubtful. I don't think that would happen, but I'm not against it happening. But here's how it can play out, because you've got to understand, next Rust ore rotation is going to be the White Day Rust ore rotation, but the week after is complete the sets. And if you've seen my video about that as well, I've got a lot of videos, haven't I? Complete the sets. I did point out that some early skins in relation to the 2021 complete the sets, some of them were actually fairly recent, So Skullkiller Tier 2 could still appear for complete the sets, because, well, technically speaking, it completes the set, doesn't it? Ta-da! But what you're going to understand is the 3-week time frame theory that we have. It won't apply for that complete the sets. It will actually roll over. So if the Skullkiller Tier 2 doesn't appear for Wipe Day as an early pick, technically speaking, we will skip complete the sets, and the week after that, then it would apply the second week. It would then be applicable as a typical pick the week after complete the sets. But what I'm saying is it still has a good chance to appear for complete the sets as well. So yeah, just keep an eye on that. And that whole thing as well, when we have like a holiday rotation, when we're meant to have holiday themed skins, it pauses for then as well. So this is something that we should be prepared for, something you need to understand. So on the horizon, we got some very nice positivity because, yeah, Black Gold or Skullkiller, what do you reckon is going to be coming out? Honestly, I think it's going to be Black Gold Tier 2 for this week and Skullkiller Tier 2 potentially for complete the sets or the week after. You never know, things might be might happen in the opposite way. So we might get Skullkiller Tier 2 for Wipe Day and then we might get Black Gold for the complete the sets. That very well could happen. Just understand, this is the likely situation. Because at the moment, we also do not have any other sets that are close to being completed. Now, I did point out that there were some bits and pieces in my Complete the Sets video where some collections didn't manage to get the final core pieces, namely Glister and Toy Collection, and recently I've mentioned the likes of Renegade, that still needed Tier 2, and last year we had the Lightweight set, it never got its clothing. There's a lot of candidates, but let's see what happens. But I reckon we've got, for the next 3 weeks, the next 3 Rustle rotations, we definitely are going to be getting some clothing and armour skins, which is nice. And if you recall, when we had this week, we had clothing and... clothing... let me repeat. We had clothing from a collection and armour from a collection. So, yeah. Now, on the horizon, do we have some more things potentially? I've seen this longevity Tier 3 made by Scropin. That looks nice. GBG has stepped in and started making JPEG armor. It's kind of similar in style to low poly, but it is distinctly different. It's a lot more brighter, so I think that could work out quite alright. JPEG's collection has worked out very nicely as of recent. Maybe we see that later on. I am expecting Skullkiller and Black Gold to be appearing before the likes of this and this. So there are some nice things potentially on the horizon, but just be aware, we're probably not going to have Black Gold and Skullkiller during the same week. It could happen, but I wouldn't cross my fingers and hope it happens. So that's just a nice bit of positivity to throw out to everybody. It's very, very nice that we finally got this. But I understood and shouted it all at you that it wasn't going to be, this Tier 2 wasn't going to be appearing very quickly after Tier 3. We had to be patient. We had to understand that. We had to be smart with our buy orders. And they've been rolling in on me. And now, because I bought them at such a lower price, when this appears, they're going to spike up the very second it appears. The Tier 3 armor. It's going to spike up when the Tier 2 appears. And then we're happy! Yeah! So, thank you very much, Mr. Trip, Mr. Hulk, and Mr. Mummer. Thank you very much. And, of course, over to the Skullkiller bunch. Thank you, Horomeow, and thank you, Just Mouse. But to all of the other creators out there trying to get some new things made as well, because we have had an armour and clothing drought for the past 2 or 3 weeks, thank you very much for trying. And I look forward to see if they get accepted in the future, and we have more things to look forward to in the future. So, hopefully, we get some more interesting things appearing. This happens every single Monday. It is the workshop skin check stream. So again, if you ever want to jump in, say hello. I do this stream every Monday. I stream every day. So just take a look in the description, see the details, see my Twitch link, and say hello. So I need to breathe. Right, so earlier I made mention of the Tier 2 Skullkiller obviously appearing, and it's only been in here for about an hour and 20 minutes maybe, and we're already seeing signs of people clearly noticing its appearance. So, what's going on? So, when you're speculating something to appear, as in, we clearly thought that, okay, we've got Skullkiller clothing, we've got Skullkiller tier 3. Surely we're going to see tier 2 at some point. That's speculation. We didn't have any clear signs it was there, but clearly it's the next missing piece, and people have been speculating that we might see it maybe the week after or the week after that. I did go ahead and say the creators kind of like to take their time in making the skins, and well, now that we clearly see it here, we now enter the anticipation phase, because, well, we clearly see signs that it exists. There's a Rust rotation next week, well, this week, so potentially, would it be appearing this next Rust rotation, or maybe complete the sets or the ones after that? Who knows? But people are clearly anticipating it coming in, and people are anticipating the spike in price for all the pre-existing skins. So, yes, right now, on the front page, Skullkiller clothing is being bought out. If I were to just quickly get a good look and see what their prices are, USD, that's selling for $1.09, and that's selling for $1.11. How many have sold in the past 24 hours? 125 there for the pants, and for the hoodie, 118. Yes, the anticipation has set in. People are making moves. People are getting ready for its appearance, the tier 2 appearance. So yeah, all part of the routine with the Rust skins that we see happen pretty much every single week. This is why you always have to keep an eye on the workshop on Mondays. And this is why I stream on Mondays. So I hope you're all invested, and I hope you all make some great profits, because it's coming.